What's up? Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads. Check out the links posted in the description down below to support the channel. Thank you. So, today what we're talking about is the Marvel Legends Haslab Engine of Vengeance, which currently sits at 5,207 backers. It needed a minimum goal of 9,000 backers before 11:59 PM ET on September 23rd, 2022. At the time of this recording, it doesn't look like it's going to make that, and I think deservedly so, because in my view, this has been an unmitigated disaster from the Marvel Legends team since this was announced, and indeed with some of the behaviour that has happened afterwards. What I'm going to talk about is this. First of all, I always like to do numbers and show you numbers. It's going to be something that we'll see throughout this video. 9,698 people like this post, but it has 5,207 backers. You know what I'm saying? That's very strange. Why have people not backed this item? It suggests to me that an awful lot of people say, well, I don't think the item is worth what you are charging for it. And they're right, because when you see remote control cars, just average ones that are in and around $30 to $100, people are looking at those and going, they're far superior. They have light, sounds, and a remote control compatibility and capability. Well, we don't see why you're charging $350 now for a flimsy looking car with LEDs and a character that people are probably putting third on the list, at the very least, I would say, as Ghost Rider. I mean, you ask anybody out there, if I ask my dad who's Ghost Rider, he'd say, yeah, Johnny Blaze. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, when you decide to centre a Haslab around a character that's not that well known and didn't make much of an impact on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I mean, anybody that's out there that's asking for Ghost Rider to be introduced into the MCU, even though Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is supposedly canon to the MCU, everybody's clamouring for Johnny Blaze. That says an awful lot, and the fact that you want to just totally discard him from this Haslab says an awful lot also, because that is a character that would have helped to get this going, because he is Ghost Rider. It's insane to think, by the way, I've seen people with what would be Spanish or even Hispanic names say that they would have rather seen a Punisher van with the Punisher than they would have this character. Is this character not supposed to represent you? That diversity woke agenda didn't work out too well for these guys. And as an aside, because we're talking about the EU now in a moment, this is a Haslab that's not available in South America. That's insane to think of that, because as far as I know, Robbie Reyes is a character that is of South American descent. So that is insane to think that the very place that you should open her up for backing, totally not interested in it. Ireland's not been opened to back this either. Again, I mean, imagine limiting yourself for something that just needs 9,000 people. Absolute stupidity. And now panic is starting to set in. So, you've got a marketing team that are behaving erratically, and I think that all culminated from the behaviour that they showed towards Talker Art, and indeed making veiled statements, it seemed to be, in my opinion, about Talker Art, and trying to have the community say very negative things, because Talker Art was actually saying, hey guys, the value for what you're getting here isn't good. They're reusing sculpts. The sculpts aren't good enough. I mean, look at this here. No butterfly joints on this. No alternate hands for fists. I mean, a character that's known for punching things just has grip hands. Absolutely outrageous. Even McFarlane's giving you alternate hands now, and that took him a while to listen to fans to say, here, listen, you need to be doing something about that. And a character then, like I said, not very well known. The set should have been Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider with lights, sounds, and a remote control capability car. That would have been easy to do. Comic book movie inspired, I suppose, character Slade with the horse, so Wild West Ghost Rider, basically. Johnny Blaze with his bike, and Dan Ketch with his bike. Simple, home run set in my view, and something people would have backed. They decided not to do that though. And now they are reaping the rewards from that, which is not good. So 9,698 backers here. We'll go on and have a look now. They decided to unveil Mephisto fairly early, and earlier than they would have liked. Now, for anybody that's out there, because the Marvel Legends community, some people that are in there seem to think that releasing Mephisto is controversial, and they think it deems being put behind a paywall of $350. You're a stupid person, to say the very least, because you're clearly not looking at the shelves and what McFarlane's putting out. In the DC multiverse, he's after putting out Sabbac just now. He's put out Etrigan the Demon. He's put out Blackest Night Superman, Blackest Night Batman, zombified characters. He's also put out a Robin that is a very unsettling looking Robin, to say the very least, that's on a chain that's attached to the Batman Who Laughs. These are all things that he is doing over there, no problem. and yet you think that these characters can't be on a shelf space. And I mean, again, you're a stupid person if you think it can't be in the Marvel Legends line because it's already been done in Diamond Select. You know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely insane excuses that are being made for this company. This also has 13.2 thousand likes. So just to put that into quantification here for people, this is unlocked. Mephisto is unlocked. So this actually gets backed at 9,000 and Mephisto is unlocked at 12,000. Why are the people that are liking these not backing it? What's the story with that? That's very strange, isn't it? Now, that is a very heavy hitter in the Marvel Universe that an awful lot of people want to see. And yet it's still not getting the funding. Like, you have to understand how underwhelming this project is when people look, like I said, at the Mattel Batmobile. That is a far superior item. Even in the last 24 hours, Halo Collector on Twitter has put out an item number and indeed image of the Halo Warthog. That's $500. And get this, it seats 2 children. It has LED lights. It has sounds. It has the voice of Cortana in the vehicle. And it has a movable turret. You know what I'm saying? Like, $350 for this flimsy little car and this character is just not there. And then you have this here, which is a panic move from Hasbro. Hasbro had no interest and no setup to unveiling Pulse EU. Now, when I say Pulse EU, it has added 4 countries, I think. Spain, France, Austria, and somewhere else. I couldn't even care less as to where else it is because it's not Ireland. Now, as an aside, Ireland should get out of the EU as soon as possible because it's not been good for my country, for my home country. We need to get out of there. We fought for hundreds of years to have our own independence and sovereignty, and a government here decided, we'll jump into the EU. We're supposed to not serve king nor Kaiser, and yet you've jumped in here and you've been told what to do by the EU. Scandalous stuff. That's just personal politics anyway, and politics of my country, which at this stage of the game, I don't really care if it upsets people because the truth needs to be spoken, and you know, the Hasbro team are happy to promote their views, which is total and utter nonsense, which is how we've gotten Brandon at this stage, and people don't want to bat an eye at that whatsoever. And the fact that that seems to be very, very odd, and at very least at this stage, if you want to put it like that, has caused this inflation and definitely helped to do so. So aside from that, we'll go back to the Haslab. This is why this is failing. It's failing because this is a panic move and a panic decision that they've made, which looks that way. And now collectors, myself included, as soon as I see these types of moves from the company, I'm like, that's panic. And the thing about this is, they've already done up Mephisto, and let's just look at Mephisto for a moment, because this is not good enough either. Look at the state of this figure. This figure also doesn't have a butterfly joint. What is that about? That is standard practice. Todd McFarlane, who's known for not having the best of articulation, has butterfly joints on all of his figures now. I think you're hard pressed to see one that doesn't have a butterfly joint. And what's the story with this? Like, they've totally changed the look of the articulation here now for this. Very odd. Very odd to say the very least. But that's a panic move in my view. And you're seeing an awful lot of people that are very unhappy about this. And it's still not getting to the 12,000 mark. So, I mean, if they're trying to introduce Blackheart into this set and a couple of other characters, probably looks like they're going to go all towards the 20,000 mark. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, and I don't think it deserves to happen. I also think what's happened is you've had people watch what happened with the Rancor, which was, it failed. They had included a Luke Skywalker figure in that set. It didn't get the fun that it needed to, and the Luke Skywalker figure is still coming out anyway. And that has let people in to understand, which myself included, to say, okay, the stuff that you're including in this set, you already have done the mock-ups, you probably have some sort of production on the way for that, and it means you're going to have to release it if it doesn't go right. And now people understand that, and now this company's in serious trouble because people have woken up to that. In my view, a Haslab is like this. It's a character, a figure, a set, something that's supposed to be not on retail shelves, something enormous, not something that a lot of people, myself included, would say the Robbie Reyes could be seen on a store shelf. Has this got something to do though, and this is what I'm just going to put out there, has this got something to do though with the company not wanting to put Robbie Reyes with the car out there and see it going deep discount? Because you know that the articles would be lying in wait there from Bound into Comics and various other outlets that are out there waiting to tell you. And indeed, this is what's going to happen regardless, by the way, guys, because if this fails, like the Star Wars Reva lightsaber, everyone is still going to say the woke character went broke, and that's on you. So anyway, I'm going to leave the video there. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads. Check out the links posted in the description down below. It's part of the channel. This looks like it's in serious trouble, and what I want to ask is, anybody who's backed this so far, would you mind commenting below and tell me, if the Robbie Reyes figure is not included, are you going to withdraw your pledge? Because I think this could see a sharp decrease similar to the Rancor if people are seeing less value for money with this set. Let me know. If you're someone that's already backed this and doesn't mind losing out on the Robbie Reyes figure, let me know why. Because to me, you're actually losing value on the set, and when you see this being discarded as such, that's probably going to be reused somewhere else. Why would you continue to back this? And I think people need to have more of an honest conversation. Talk to you later.